Let's get one thing straight. When people call Vietnam a sinner's paradise, they're not talking about crime, danger, or vice in the way you might expect. Here, the so-called sins are all about pleasure, about giving in to the vibrant, irresistible temptations that surround you at every turn. In Vietnam, to sin is to indulge your senses, eating more than you should, staying out far later than you planned, and living each moment with a sense of wild abandon, as if tomorrow doesn't matter. This country is a rebellion against blandness and routine, a place where you can forget your diet, your deadlines, and even the time of day. The real sins here are midnight bowls of pho, slurped under neon lights, lazy afternoons spent lounging on plastic stools, watching the world go by and haggling for quirky souvenirs you never knew you needed but suddenly can't live without. Every street corner tempts you with sizzling food, smoky aromas, and hidden cafes tucked away from the crowds, all pulsing with the electric buzz of life that never seems to slow down. This isn't about breaking rules or causing trouble. It's about breaking free from the ordinary, from the routines that hold you back. Vietnam dares you to dive in, get lost in its maze of lantern-lit alleys, and discover a more adventurous, spontaneous side of yourself you never knew existed. So are you ready to become a sinner in the best possible way? Because this journey is a pilgrimage for anyone tired of playing it safe, for those who crave flavor, excitement, and a little bit of mischief. Here, gluttony, sloth, and a lust for life aren't vices. They're a way of living that pulses through every city and village. So come on, let the sinning commence. If gluttony is a sin, then Vietnam is its grand cathedral, a place where every street corner tempts you with flavors so bold you'll feel like you're breaking the rules just by taking a bite. The food here is so good it feels almost criminal. Every aroma, every sizzling sound draws you in deeper, making it impossible to resist. Forget fancy restaurants. The real magic is on the street, perched on a tiny plastic stool, slurping up a bowl of heavenly pho as scooters whiz by and the city hums around you. The broth is rich, fragrant, and addictive. You'll crave it for every meal. Each spoonful is a symphony of spices, slow-cooked bones, and fresh herbs that awaken your senses. Then there's banh mi, a crispy golden baguette packed with juicy grilled pork, creamy pâté, tangy pickled veggies, and a fiery kick of chili. It's a perfect fusion of French and Vietnamese flavors. You'll tell yourself, just one more, but soon you're on your third, lost in a carb-induced haze, unable to stop as the flavors keep surprising you with every bite. The temptations keep coming. Crispy banzeo pancakes that shatter with every bite. Fresh spring rolls bursting with herbs and shrimp, each one a new delight. And then there are the mysterious dishes you order on faith, guided only by curiosity and the promise of something unforgettable. And the coffee, dark, strong, and sweet with condensed milk. It's the perfect pick-me-up after a day of feasting, fueling you for even more culinary exploration. Or the legendary egg coffee, a creamy, frothy concoction that's more dessert than drink, rich and velvety, unlike anything you've ever tasted. Eating in Vietnam isn't just a meal, it's a cultural adventure, a delicious crime spree you'll never want to end. Every meal is a celebration, every table a gathering of new friends. Here, gluttony is about discovery, not just indulgence. It's about opening your mind and palate to a world of flavors you never knew existed. Every bite is a new story, a memory in the making, and a reason to come back for more. In a world obsessed with busyness, Vietnam offers the sin of sloth, done right. Picture yourself on a slow boat in the Mekong Delta, time stretching as you watch life drift by. No rush, no pressure, just the gentle sounds of water and distant village chatter. You wave to kids on the banks, watch floating markets, and let your mind finally go quiet. In Hoi An, the afternoon heat slows everything down. You sip a smoothie by the river and watch lanterns being prepared. Even in Hanoi, locals gather by Hoan Kiem Lake to practice Tai Chi or simply sit and chat. The real attraction isn't a checklist, it's the atmosphere, the rhythm of daily life. Vietnamese sloth isn't laziness, it's a reset for the soul. You reclaim time, filling it with peace and contentment. Sometimes, the best thing to do is nothing at all. Greed in Vietnam isn't about money, it's about the thrill of the hunt. Markets like Dong Xuan or Ben Thanh awaken your inner treasure seeker. You haggle for hand-painted bowls, silk scarves and bamboo chopsticks, turning shopping into a playful dance. Haggling is expected, a way to connect, not just save. Soon your hotel room fills with lanterns, art, and spices you never planned to buy. Each item is a memory, a piece of your adventure. The real greed is for discovery. Exploring back alleys for antique shops, finding vintage maps or handcrafted jewelry. It's not about possession. It's about the joy of finding something special. In Vietnam, a little greed makes you a great explorer. Every bargain is a story, and every treasure is a piece of Vietnam you take home. The first time you face Hanoi's traffic, you might feel a surge of wrath at the chaos, the noise, the endless scooters. The sheer volume of honking horns and the constant movement can be overwhelming, making you wonder how anyone manages to survive this daily madness. Crossing the street seems impossible, like a real-life video game where every move counts. You hesitate at the curb, heart pounding, watching the river of motorbikes flow endlessly before you. But then, you watch the locals. Calm, steady, never rushing. They move with a quiet confidence, as if they're part of the city's pulse. The secret? Be predictable and trust the flow. Step off the curb, walk slowly, and let the traffic flow around you. Don't run or make sudden moves. Just keep a steady pace, and the scooters will weave around you like water around a stone. Suddenly, the chaos reveals its own rhythm. There's an unspoken choreography, a dance between pedestrian and driver that somehow works, even without traffic lights or crosswalks. Your fear turns to triumph as you master the daily dance. Each successful crossing feels like a small victory, a rite of passage for every visitor. You start to admire the skill of drivers balancing families, baskets, and even livestock on a single scooter. It's a display of balance and resourcefulness that's both impressive and uniquely Vietnamese. What once felt overwhelming becomes endearing. You find yourself smiling at the organized chaos, snapping photos and sharing laughs with fellow travelers. Taming the traffic beast is a metaphor for Vietnam, intimidating at first, but ultimately exhilarating. It teaches you to embrace uncertainty and find joy in the unexpected. You let go of rigid expectations and learn to flow with the city. The more you adapt, the more you feel at home in the vibrant energy of Hanoi. Crossing the street becomes a badge of honor, a story you'll tell with pride. It's a small act, but it marks your initiation into the heart of the city. Your wrath fades, replaced by awe and a bit of swagger. You walk with new confidence, ready to take on whatever Hanoi throws your way. The final sin is lust, a lust for life, beauty, and adventure. Imagine waking up on a junk boat in Ha Long Bay, mist swirling around limestone casts. Or riding a motorbike through the Ha Giang Mountains, heart pounding with every turn. You wander ancient ruins, crave the next breathtaking view, and hunger for new experiences. Vietnam seduces you with its history, from the Cu Chi tunnels to vibrant city streets. You fall for the warmth of strangers, the public joy of daily life, and the infectious optimism everywhere. This isn't just a trip, it's a love affair. You leave a piece of your heart behind and take home a renewed passion for the world. Vietnam's spirit is unforgettable. So, there you have it. My confession of sins in Vietnam: gluttony for food, sloth on rivers, greed in markets, wrath in traffic, and a deep lust for its spirit. Vietnam isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to experience with every sense. It challenges, delights, and changes you. To call it sinful is just another way of saying it's irresistibly indulgent. The real sin would be not embracing its beautiful chaos. Go, get lost in Hanoi's alleys, feel the sand in Da Nang, trek Supper's rice fields, collect your own stories, and let Vietnam work its magic. You'll return with a full heart and memories for a lifetime. Book that ticket. Vietnam is waiting.